A brand new Tarkov event has just come out on Escape from Tarkov, but there's also a really big issue that's come out with the latest patch 0.16.5, which is that if you had any found in raid ammunition, those stacks have gone to 1, and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. It is essentially, if we grab up my ammo, you will see that some of these, wherever they are, have only 1 slot. Like, for example, my PS ammo right here, which only has 1, the SB5, and various different ammunition types. So before, when they were found in raid, they were 60. And so now they've gone all the way down to 1, which means if you jump onto the game right now, I wouldn't, or at least I wouldn't jump onto the game until this is solved, because we have no idea if BSG are actually going to roll back so that everyone gets their ammunition back. But this comes with the change that all ammunition is no longer found in raid is even possible on ammunition anymore. It is all just non-found in raid ammunition. But because of this, somehow, somewhere along the way, they have managed to remove any stacks of ammunition. So I have lost probably thousands of ammunition right now. You'll see that my M995 stacks, these were all 60 slots, like you can see here, and of course now no longer, which is really infuriating. And so just a word of warning for anyone thinking about jumping onto Tarkov right now, I'd highly recommend it so that you wouldn't actually have this issue potentially happen to you. No idea if it will have already happened to your account, whether this is something on the server side or whether it's when you load up the game it will then change it, but I wouldn't recommend jumping on just yet. But alongside this, obviously we mentioned that there is a new event coming out. This new event starts off with the Shady Contractor. You can get this from Mechanic. But the event, from what I can gather, given that this is a brand new event, I haven't had any details, the wiki's not updated or anything like that, we have Shadow of Tagilla. This is what the event is, with a Minotaur version of Tagilla and an expansion to Ground Zero. And of course, if we accept this task, you'll see that locate the Knossos LLC senior manager's car on Ground Zero. Now, we'll be doing a guide for the event as the event goes on, and I managed to do all of these tasks, but for today's video, just highlighting the fact that this is an event going on in Tarkov, alongside the fact that players will receive a unique achievement for completing the event, and this is available to both PvP and PvE, which is an amazing thing. We've been waiting so long to have a PvE event that it is finally here, and this one looks like it's gonna be amazing. I mean, Tagilla as a Minotaur, I don't know what else you can expect, but this is in like the labyrinth building on Ground Zero. Someone managed to work it out prior to the update coming out, and so yeah, really happy that this is definitely coming into the game. And alongside that, there's one thing that I really want to highlight, which is the fact that some of the barter trades that are in the game right now, I think, are going to accelerate some of the prices of these through the roof. And what I mean by that is if we go into the hideout, hopefully whenever it loads, it's taking forever for some reason, but if we jump in and we go to our intel center, we actually have barters for various different key cards. You can see here we can actually get labs keycards now within the game without having to go ahead and open marked rooms, finding them in the raid. You can actually craft these in your hideout, which is crazy, and they're not actually that expensive considering all of the stuff that you have to put in to get them. I mean, 5 blue intel folders, at the moment they have already shot up to 500k minimum per one. These were valued around about the price of 350, something like that. They were basically discard to traders, and these have already almost doubled in price. And you'll find that this is the case for all of these crafts. And so if we go ahead and look at intel folders, these were at about 320 to 380 recently. They're now up at 650k per one. And if we continue all the way down, we can look at the military flash drives. These are at 520,000 each. And if we were to look at vertexes as well, about 100k, these are at 762,000 rubles. That is unbelievable how expensive they are. And when you combine all of these prices together, you're probably sat at around 5 million rubles. I mean, Labs X's keycards are going to remain fairly constant because you can just buy them from traders for 166k, but you still need 10 of them, which is like what, 2 million rubles just in that, just to do the green kind of Labs keycard. And you actually see that the price, although it is currently sat at around 10 million rubles, this may start to come down because obviously we now have a consistent way of being able to get our hands on the green access keycards, as well as red, violet, blue, etc. All of them are in the hideout, or at least yeah, except from the blue, I guess, and black. So you've got violet, you've got green, and you've got red keycards that you can get, as well as, yeah, just those are pretty big. I mean, those are going to be a big thing. Obviously, for those of you that don't know, at a certain quest, I believe, you have access to purchase the black access keycard as well, which is currently sat at 5 million rubles. This currently, from what I can tell, isn't actually able to be crafted. So, yeah. All of these prices probably going to fluctuate. Violet was at about 6 million. It's now down at 5 million. But the prices of all of these items in game are going to go through the roof, which means we can make some money. And because we're doing a road to 10 billion rubles very shortly, this is going to be a time where we can really profit off of the event, and we'll do a full video on that as well. But yeah, the fact that these are in the game, really beneficial. And there are a few extra bits that came alongside this update as well. So a couple of patch notes that came with the update that could be interesting, and having played one raid so far, definitely noticeable is that there has been some changes to the audio within the game. It feels very weird when you first load in, and that is there's been some adjustments to the wind and rain volume following some of the surveys that they've done recently with regards to weather within the game. And so those seems to have come slightly down. Reduced the volume of first and third person looting sounds, which has also been in the game. Increased the volume radius of player movement, which has 100% changed. This is probably one of the biggest things. You'll definitely notice this when you jump into the game. And then there's also the reverb effect on locations, and equalize the volume of sounds without active headsets, and equalize the volume for all active headsets as well. So yeah, those pretty big. Obviously, there's also balancing changes, which have added a new case for storing keys, which is going to be a massive saver, at least for me, because these key cases, 550k rubles, let's get it done. And if we open it up, we have got a ton of slots for keys. And because of the fact that, you know, I mean, if you play PVE for any length of time, you're probably going to have an insane amount of keys. And so this being what seems to be about like 60 slots, maybe like 80 slots for keys, really nice. And of course the key case itself is only a 3x2, so really not bad at all. And yeah, they also removed that ammunition, which we saw earlier, which has, I mean, been a pain in the backside. So yeah, you can see even the boxes of ammunition have 1 out of 30 in them. So yeah, I mean, thank you BSG for implementing all of these amazing changes alongside, unfortunately, a very annoying one. So hopefully this all changes back to what it should be. But once again, cannot guarantee any of these. And if you're jumping onto the game, I would suggest not doing it until BSG update us further on what they are going to actually do. So yeah, be aware if you do jump onto the game, ammunition is an issue right now. So there you go. If you jump on and you're playing PvE, hopefully you'll leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on all of these. But I am absolutely thrilled to be getting underway with the brand new Tagilla Minotaur version on Ground Zero. So it should be a really interesting one. And of course, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below if you want to stay up to date with Escape from Tarkov PVE, alongside videos and various different things to do with Tarkov. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.